We in the game. We in the game. Wow. Okay, so yeah, this is a pleasure and an honor. You know what I mean? To be in the piece of the mighty Shamar.
Yeah,
Listen,
peace to the guys, man. Appreciate honored
Yeah.
to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm crazy excited right now. Like I feel like I'm in the presence of a superhero. You know what I mean?
Here you go.
yes, I do. Yeah, man, absolutely.
That's real rap, man. Sometimes
Well, you
in
know,
life, you know what I learned, man. Sometimes in life, right? Sometimes in life, there's certain people, man, that you touch, man, that appreciate you, man, from afar. They don't always necessarily get a chance to relay how much you might have touched their life or how much they appreciate you. But it's people out here, man, that really go through some major transformations just as a result of the positive energy that we lead with. And you know, they don't always get to give us a gift or pat us on the back. You know what I mean? The only testament is their personal transformation that they don't necessarily always get to share. We don't always find ourselves privy to really knowing how we affect people. You know what I mean? And you one of those people for me. You know what I mean? Like
I
just by
appreciate that. You know, it's funny you said that because a lot of people, just what you shared, you notice that most people they don't get to say what you're getting to say until they stand over their coffin. You know what I'm saying? Or giving a eulogy. You know what I mean? Just like telling a person they love them. Now, I tell y'all brothers I love y'all. I don't have to wait till y'all pass away. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, it's an honor being appreciated because, like you said, a lot of people, you know, go around here. They don't feel appreciated, and they don't even know that people are really out there do love them and appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? So
that's
that's some real
real.
stuff.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to move from each one teach one to something that rhyme with touch one. I'm gonna
Well,
work.
especially with our youth, man.
I'm gonna work on it.
Kind of crazy how we segueing into this because you know when I was doing school policing and mentoring them young brothers at Imhotep, I had a young brother in my office. You know, got in a situation of fight and everything, and I'm trying to talk to him and like, listen, man, you don't have to go out here acting a fool. You know, brothers out here love you. What? You love me? I said, yeah. You never had a man tell you that they love you? No, man, that's homophobic, man. You don't tell no. So Frank came in. One of my lieutenants came. I said, yo, LT, man, I love you. He said, sir, I love you too. What? Y'all homos, man. Y'all don't tell men that they love them. Oh, young sir, what do you mean? You never had a man to tell you that? You got to equate love as being homophobic when another man tells another man that they love them. And that kind of like really psychologically did something to me. I'm like, yo, it's a lot of these young brothers that never was told that they was loved, even by their mothers, let alone by another man. You know what I'm saying? And for them to even equate that it had to be something homophobic if another man tells another man that they love them. You know what I'm saying? So and I see that's what the problem with the youth out here today. You know, they don't know love, so how can they give something that they don't know?
And there you go. You know, you accompany that with the fact that they ain't got no men in their life, man. Most of the
Right.
men that their moms is dealing with ain't there for them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They there for the mom. Take her in the room, lock in the room for the rest of the evening. Only time you might see that cat is on a trip to the bathroom or a trip to the refrigerator. But he ain't putting no QT in with the kids. You got young boys out here raising themselves.
That's right.
You
That's
know what I
right.
mean? And then they got that bad that bad mindset that they adopt, feminine energy. And that's how they, start to handle a lot of their problems, man. That's why they so macro aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And they never taught, critical thought processes in terms of problem solving. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everything ain't gotta be me or you, or me against you, man. That's some real feminine energy. And when you put that into men or boys even, you got pretty much created a recipe for disaster.
So absolutely.
You know what I
It's a
mean?
lot of misinformation too, because even as we was talking when we was younger, I know I was given a lot of misinformation. You know what it took to be a man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's about how many women you had, or how much money you had, or how much jewelry you had on, or who had the biggest Cadillac or the cribs. You know, all those things, materialistic things that we impose upon ourselves to equate ourselves to be men. And then I came to realize it took three things for me to what makes a man. responsibility, accountability, and commitment. You know what I'm saying? Those are the three things you equate to becoming a real man. You know, I had nothing to do about how much money you got in your pocket, how many women that you're knocking off, none of those things. But, you know, this is what things that was ingrained and how we was taught. And a lot of things, like you said, was taught by women, you know what I'm saying, or by men that didn't have our best interest really at heart. Or they was
women
that they was taught.
we'll call them womb men. We'll call them straight womb men. You know what I mean? Because they don't want the pressure of well, you said it, Mark. They don't want the pressure of accountability, man.
Right.
And it's crazy because this is just like a reverb of where we left off last week.
Right, and I peeped that, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's why I said, like, we segue right back into this, you know, how we opened up.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
And,
so I mean, so on that, let me ask you this, Cuzzo. What do you see as some strategies for returning men to men?
well, for one, like I said, we have to disseminate the information correctly. Y'all even talked about that. A lot of misinformation that we was taught that we got to stop perpetuating. And we got to be men in order to stop that and not fall into what society thinks and deems was right. Perfect example, we coming up on Christmas. And when I was coming up, even though my parents knew that there was no Santa Claus, and they knew I knew there wasn't no Santa Claus, they still wanted to perpetuate that lie of Christmas trees and Santa and all those things. Once I had children, I remember my grandmother, she was totally upset. I had all my nieces and nephews, my children in the living room, and I told them there's no Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? Where it came from the history of what Santa Claus meant, what the Easter Bunny and all these things meant. But rather than taking them away from you, we're going to build something else. Now, we're not going with the Kwanzaa thing. Y'all want to do Kwanzaa, that's fair, that's fine. But on Christmas Day, we're going to call it Children's Day. So it's a day for the children. So if I'm going to buy you gifts or whatever, you know I'm the one buying you gifts, but this is how we're going to do it. I'm not going to take the whole thing away from you, but we're not going to keep perpetuating alive what this Christmas and the Santa Claus meaning is. So I took a stand right then and there as an adult with my kids and my nieces and nephews to stop perpetuating the lies. So that's where I think this needs to be as men. You know what I'm saying? We got to start, just like we was mentored, and some of it, even though it was misinformation, we got to start mentoring these young men and women, you know what I'm saying, and being able to groove them, getting back to those rites of passage. We lost that. You remember, we used to do the rites of passage. We did it with our sons. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get back to doing rites of passage and giving them and disseminating the right information and showing them and guiding them. You know what I mean? And showing them and guiding them with love from men. Not the love from women, which is more nurturing and more emotional, but the love of men for men. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's definitely where the start has to be. Definitely where the start has to be.
Dope. You got something you want to add to that,
Yeah. That's on point, first of all. What came to mind as I'm sitting here listening and thinking about what you're saying is that first you touched on the rites of passage thing, which was heavy. That hit me because I used to teach rites of passage classes for the school in the school system.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, one of the things that became a priority for me waking up in the morning was getting my own shit right, getting myself together, because I knew that I would be faking it in the classroom environment if I didn't invest some time and energy and effort into bettering myself and strengthening myself. And so what came to mind as I'm listening to you talk is like, yo, in order for us to do that on a wider, broader scale, like one of the things we talked about in previous sessions was getting our own morale together. And I think even the best of us have been so burdened by what we've been dealing with in this society that a lot of our morale has been compromised. Some more than others, some less than others. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I think,
right.
you know, even looking at one of our last sessions, we talked about having an incorruptible spirit. I think one of our greatest dilemmas right now is strengthening our own personal morale in this cesspool that we forced to swim through. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, that's the one thing I noticed in the syllabus. We touch about self-mastery or mastery of self. And that's what it comes down to. I'm not good to no one else if I'm not good to myself first. So I gotta learn to love myself, respect myself. Like you said, I gotta learn to discipline myself. That's the biggest thing that's missing out of our society. You know what I'm saying? Having that fortitude, having that, you know, as in the military, we say spirit of core. You know what I mean? You got to have that discipline to be able to be better. When you know better, you do better. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing about wanting to nourish our mind, not just our stomach and our sexual pleasures, but to nourish this. That's the loss. How many people pick up a book today and read something, not that junk on the street that, you know, the street game books and all that, but actually something that's going to nourish your mind, that's going to do something for self. So we have to first, like you said, I totally agree with you. I'm no service to no one if I'm not a service to myself. Then I'm doing everyone a disservice, because then I'm putting on a facade. I'm putting on this mask like I'm doing all this and doing all that, and I'm this person, that person. That's a mask you put on if you ain't real with yourself. So, and that's what a demon is. That's like you said, that spirit. You got to be able to be true to yourself first. And when you're truly true to yourself first, then you'll be able to help others. Because really, our true self, we're all one. But you got to know yourself first in order for us to all, for you to even realize that. You know what I'm saying? You know, Frankie Beverly said, "We are one." You know what I'm saying? You listen to that song from over 30 years ago. He was on point with that song. We are all one. Yeah. But you won't never know that until you realize that oneness starts with self. Starts with self. And then you can take everything. I tell people, one of my favorite saying, you have to go within so you don't go without. You know what I'm saying? So, and most people, they don't want to go within. Most people don't want to look in the mirror and look at that person staring back at them. Yes. Most people don't like to spend time alone. You need that alone time. But most people, oh, I'm lonely or I'm alone, because they're not satisfied with themselves. And if you're not satisfied with yourself, guess what? You're in real bad company. Even when you're alone. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely starts, like you said, the incomparable spirit. That spirit is from within. That's within us.
Yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up, man. I remember one time, man, you know, I was told somebody, you know, about the true and living God, you know, me being that, you being that, you being that, collectively, we all are, you know what I'm saying? And they couldn't get past the individual part of it. So it generated within me to go research the word, look it up again. You know what I'm saying? And after I scaled down a couple definitions, man, the word God, I looked up the word God. I'm sorry, I think I left that part out. But I looked up the word God, and after I scaled down a couple definitions, man, it said from within, up within.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And I found that to be extremely profound. And being able to disseminate the information that I'm trying to get out to people in reference of my perception of God.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, so that was real heavy right there, what you just dropped, man. I appreciate you for that. You know what I mean?
And everybody's not gonna be ready for it. We can't force everything, like say the things that we learn, how we evolve, because you know we all evolve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The swords, you know what I mean? Used from the nation of God, I was Muslim, you know what I'm saying? So we had all those things, but those things, those conversations, like these conversations now, help us evolve.
Exactly.
And we had real good dialogue. Even we agreed to disagree at times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But even though we may disagree, we weren't trying to hurt each other. We weren't trying, you know what I'm saying? We weren't trying to fight each other. It was real good debates, you know what I'm saying, to help us learn. And then when you take true men and you have those type of dialogues like we having today, it makes you want to go research. That's what the truth, you know what I'm saying? Let me go find out what this brother's talking about. Rather than just saying, oh man, that's full of shit. You know what I'm saying? No, let me go do some research. Let me go do some homework on that. You know, and that's what we had to get back to. And that's what we had to try to, like he said, disseminate the information to others to help them grow. But one thing I have learned is that we can't have no expectations. Because when you expect something of someone, you set yourself up for disappointment. So all we can do, like you said, teach one to reach one. You know,
you helped me out with that, man. You know, more recently, man, you know, you ushered me into allowance. You know what I mean? You ushered me into allowance, man. You know, basically you allow people to be who they are.
Right.
Because that subtracts nothing from you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, who am I to say you can't be whatever you say you are, or you know, whatever you say you into, so forth and so on. And you know, it doesn't take nothing from me to allow you to be that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's benevolence.
But you know, like you said, we was talking about the laws of attraction. One of the best laws for me is the art of allowing. allow people to
we
be.
we can jump right into that.
You know what I'm saying? Allowing a lot of people to be, do, and have what they please. And I'm gonna be and do and have as I please as well. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's really a hell of a school. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's really a hell of a school.
Yeah. So yeah, we can jump right into the laws of attraction, brother. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna pitch them to you, man, and let you do your thing. As far as you know, sharing what you know.
Yes, sir.
We can start with number one. The first law of attraction is manifestation or consciousness.
Okay. Well, the part of the laws of, you know, the laws of attraction, some people call it the secret, but it's nothing new. Even Yahshua or Jesus taught these same things, these same principles. Basically, all they are is principles. And basically, the first thing is we all do it consciously or unconsciously. We have desires. Everyone desires something or wants something. You know what I'm saying? So you already put it out there, what you want. I want this car. I want this. I want whatever it is, a house, whatever it is, more money. Everyone has such a desire. That's the first part of laws of attraction. You have a desire. You want something. The second part, we have nothing to do with. That's the part when it's asked and it's given. That's that spirit. That's that God, Jehovah, whatever you want to call that divine intervention, you know what I'm saying, of the universal order. They're going to conspire to give you what you want. The third part is the art of allowing. And that's where most people mess up at. That's why their prayers don't get answered and things of that nature, because they block their own blessings. They block their own blessings by having doubts, by having worries, by being stressed out, by not being grateful for something that hasn't taken place or they have manifested yet. In order for those things to manifest, for one, once I desire something, I trust and have the faith that guess what? I ask and it will be given to me. And I gotta allow it to come to me. The way I allow it is by having gratitude and appreciation, even if I don't see it yet. So if I see a car that I want, and if I see somebody else in that car and I'm jealous that somebody got that car and I don't have it yet, guess what? I'm pushing my blessings away. Or if I think that I can't afford that car, I'm pushing my blessings away. Or if I feel as though that I'm inadequate enough that I don't deserve that car, I'm pushing my blessings away. So I'm not allowing that what I desire to come into my life. And then I want to blame God or whomever else and point the finger at somebody else that I'm not receiving these blessings. When it's me. When I'm pointing a finger, I got 3 pointing back at me. It's me that's pushing my blessings away. So that's why I told you my favorite part and the hardest part is the art of allowing. Allowing things to manifest in your life and having the faith that it's going to come, even if it's not seen. That's what faith is, right? You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to allow these things to come into your life. That's the first part of the art of allowing. The second part is allowing people to be and do and have as they please, and you be and do and have as you please. You know what I'm saying? So in the fourth part, really brings it all together. Like I said, gratitude, having gratitude for one, for everything that I already have and not dismissing that, and having gratitude that all that I ask for shall come. So that brings the whole circle, everything's together. And a lot of people, they don't know how to be grateful. They don't know how to be appreciative. You know what I'm saying? So I may have a car now and I want another different car. Guess what? I'm gonna appreciate what I have right now.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know that I'm going to get that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing about having the laws of attraction. You know what I mean? Being able to attract things, you know, and have that wholeness. So, you know, a lot of these people are like, oh, well, prayer. Yeah, if you're praying, but at the same time, you don't believe in what you're praying and it's going to come to you, how you expect for it to come? You know what I'm saying? So the law of attraction is real simplistic. We make it complex. You know what I'm saying? So, and they the simple principles, knowing that you have a desire, knowing that whatever you believe in, whatever divine is you want to call it, God, Jehovah, Allah, whatever, is going to give you what you desire, and allow the blessings to come, allow them to unfold. And this is really as simple as that. Now I practice those things each and every day. You know that. I mean,
Yeah.
And the thing is, what we equate success and rich and wealth to. My success, my wealth, and my richness comes from the things that I desire. I don't need to be a multi-millionaire to feel successful or to feel wealthy. The thing is, everything I asked for, I got. So to me, I'm very successful. I'm very wealthy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm living out my purpose. I don't go to work every day. I go to purpose every day. So it's also a mindset. You know what I'm saying? So I live for my purpose. I don't live to go work. You know what I mean? That's that enslavement. That's a job like Job in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? No, I have a purpose and I serve out my purpose. So everything in my whole being is to serve out my purpose. So when I'm serving and doing my purpose, guess what? I'm successful. I'm wealthy. Got the car I want. Got the motorcycle I want. You know, even if I wanted a house, if I wanted that house, when I want it, guess what? I'm gonna have it. I'm comfortable where I am. I'm successful where I am. So that's where the gratitude, being grateful for where you are and what you have. It really, it's that simple. You know, like I said, we make it complex.
Yeah, that, you know, I always say, life is a simple function, and then we come along and fuck it all up with our shit. You know what I mean? Overcomplicating every goddamn thing, man. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling that, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate you for that breakdown too. It's very concise, but this is what I expect from you. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And Lil back there, he just chilling like he's in abyss, like.
Right, yeah, you see? Got all the shit swirling in the background, man. I hate him, man. I fucking hate him, man.
But this is really a good opportunity for me to listen. You know what I mean? And
As you always have.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new right here.
That's funny you said about listening too. Now because starting next week, going before the new year come, I'm gonna do a water fast, right? For like 4 days, 4 to 5 days. I do nothing but drink water, and I'm gonna do a silent fast for at least 24 hours. I want to try to do 48 hours. And when I do those silent fasts, you don't believe how much you get so in tune because all you're doing is listening. You're not speaking. You're not trying to speak. You're not looking to speak. All you're doing is listening. So I can even be sitting in the house and the things that you even hear, this when you're just sitting here in total silence, you know, so absolutely. You do definitely get yourself tuned in, tapped in, and turned on, you know what I'm saying, when you listen.
Hey, look, man, it's a powerful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I sometimes I stop. I was just doing it the other day. I do it on a daily basis, man. I tell myself to just stop and listen, and I start hearing birds chirping. I start hearing water dripping, the little subtle sounds going on around you.
Right.
And it's like, damn, you start really realizing that there's a certain attunation, you know what I mean, that everything is working in accord with, you know what I mean?
Right.
When you stop and just listen to the silence, you can kind of hear it going on around you, especially if you're in a natural environment, you know what I mean?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a natural environment. Yeah, all the sounds of nature, you know.
Yeah, silence can sometimes be very deafening.